Hey, this is Baron. In this video I want to discuss VMware Workstation 8.0.4, released on June 13th, 2012. Now this release is actually a maintenance release, it's not a functional release, so there's no new features, and it's a free update for all VMware Workstation 8 users. So a couple of installation requirements. Obviously if you are installing this for the first time, then there's a few different requirements that's required, and some of those requirements are obviously 64-bit processors, especially if you're going to be installing any kind of virtual machine that has 64-bit or requires 64-bit, then you need to make sure that the operating system or the hardware that you're installing Workstation 8.0.4 on is also capable of running at 64-bit. So installation is pretty straightforward. Just double click on the executable that you've downloaded. You can get the software from VMware.com. You just need to sign up actually and register, and then you can get a 60-day evaluation version of Workstation 8.0.4. So once you've downloaded it, double click, you'll get this screen that just asks you if you want to run the install. Obviously we want to run it, and then it starts loading a number of different files into the system32 directory and various other places on your system in preparation for the actual installation itself. Okay, you'll get this screen. Once that's finished running, click next, and then typically, for lack of a better word, I use the typical installation setup. You can choose the custom. It doesn't really give you that many different options, and it actually gives you options to uncheck a couple of the different features, but typically I like to install the entire program. So click on typical and then hit next, and then it will actually ask you where you want to install VMware Workstation. I normally leave that at the default, but if you want to if you want to install it on the server and you want to change that to maybe the D drive where you have most of your applications installed, or any other drive, then you can change the installation path and destination folder for the particular installation. I normally check for product updates and startup, so that's when the application starts up every time. It will check if there's any new updates or new versions of the VMware Workstation software or any of its core components. I don't normally like to include, do any kind of help improvement type of things with with the software applications that I run. I'm not a skeptic, but obviously I'm not too sure what's actually being transmitted over the internet. I know that they do say privacy and all that kind of stuff is protected, but I still just like to just keep things sort of local. So I uncheck that, and then hit next, and then create a desktop shortcut, start menu programs folder shortcut. That's up to you. Normally just leave everything at the default for that as well. Alright, so by this stage we're ready to perform the request to operations and continue with the installation. And so just hit continue, and then you'll get the status bar and a number of things showing you what's been installed and configured. Installation I think takes probably 2 to 3 minutes, maybe, depending on how fast your system is, but typically within 5 minutes you're pretty much completely ready to go. Now with the evaluation version, you can skip the license key. There's no license key. If you have purchased a license key, then this is where you would enter it, and obviously you have the option to enter it at a later stage. So I just hit skip, and then that's pretty much it. The wizard's complete, and I click on finish. Alright, so in the next video I'm going to be going over actually creating a virtual machine, the different options around that, and the different options as well as to what we can use virtual machines for, what their main purposes are, and So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.